So generally when we are talking about the stop and wait protocol, the sender will send the frame, receiver will receive, and after receiving, receiver will send the confirmation or feedback. If the feedback is positive acknowledgement, sender will send the next one. If acknowledgement is negative, sender will retransmit. So for this, so generally how these sender and receivers are being operating is, so the operation comes in this normal operation, the frame is lost, acknowledgement is lost, acknowledgement is delayed. Any of these situations may become arise. Normal operation means sender is sending the frame, receiver is accepting the frame, verifying for errors, no errors, positive acknowledgement, then sender will send the next frame. Again, receiver will verify it, no errors, positive acknowledgement. So next frame likewise. That is the meaning of normal operation. No repeat transmissions. Okay, no repeat transmissions. Second case, frame is lost. Suppose something is missing in between. So one by one we'll see in the next few slides about this. So frame is lost. Suppose whatever is being transmitted not arrived the destination. Not arrived the destination. So it is lost. Then what will happen? The third case, receiver has received it, receiver has sent the acknowledgement, but sender has not received the acknowledgement. What happens? Fourth case, sender has sent the frame, receiver has received it, and receiver has sent the acknowledgement, but acknowledgement reached the sender after deadline, that is after timer expires. Then what happens? These are the different situations. So normal operation, sender is sending the frame, receiver is receiving acknowledgement is coming within the timer expires, before timer expires. So that is normal operation. Okay, likewise, we'll see these different situations one after the other. Okay, in case of normal operation, see this, sender has sent the, say, packet 0 or frame 0. Then sender has started the timer. Because how long sender has to wait for the confirmation? There should be some time period. So for that timer. So this timer value is little more than the round trip time. Round trip time means the time taken from sender to the receiver, preparation time for the acknowledgement, then again acknowledgement travel time from the receiver to sender. So this is being taken as, this much is called as round trip time. So the timer will be fixed with the time period is more than the round trip time. The moment sender sends the packet or frame, so he will start the timer. Now timer start decrementing. Before timer reaches 0, the sender should get the acknowledgement. If sender gets the acknowledgement before timer expires, then immediately the sender will stop the timer because he has received the acknowledgement. So the sender has sent the packet 0 and receiver has received it, and receiver is sending the acknowledgement. Now sender has received the acknowledgement before the timer expires. So immediately the sender will stop the timer, then prepare the next frame, process the next frame, then receiver will receive the next frame. Again, after sending the next frame, again the timer will be turned on. Then receiver will receive the next frame. Receiver is going to send the acknowledgement. Okay, then again, so if the acknowledgement is arrived before the timer expires, so sender will stop the timer, then does the next. Okay, so this is how the communication is being taking place between the sender and receiver. Information is being exchanged between sender and receiver. This is what we are going to call as normal operation. This is what we are going to call as normal operation. Okay, that is the first case what we have seen, one of the 4 cases. The second is lost or damaged packet or acknowledgement. What it can be? So in this particular first diagram, now sender has sent the first frame and he has started the timer. The first frame has arrived the receiver, receiver has processed it, and receiver has sent the acknowledgement. Receiver has sent the acknowledgement. But acknowledgement is not arrived at the sender. It is lost somewhere. So what happens in this case? In this case, so the timer expires. Till the timer expired, so no confirmation from the receiver. So then the sender will think that whatever is being sent may be lost somewhere, because the sender is not suspecting that it is not received, but he will suspect that this is not reached. So the sender will send it again. After the timer expires, the sender will transmit this again, second time. Now suppose now the receiver has received it. Anyway, here also the receiver has received, that means receiver has received this duplicate. So the moment receiver received this is as duplicate, so then receiver will think that this acknowledgement is lost somewhere. That is why he has sent again this. Now again the receiver will send the acknowledgement. If that acknowledgement comes before the timer expires, now he is going to send the next one. Okay, that is how it happens. So here, how the receiver knows whether this is a duplicate? Based on the sequence number. So here the 0 is the sequence number. With the same sequence number again information has come, means the receiver has received it as a duplicate. So acknowledgement also sequence number, acknowledgement 0. Okay, so likewise by using the sequence numbers, so duplicates will be eliminated. Otherwise, if sequence numbers are not being used, what happens? So first frame has come, acknowledgement, then again. So though this is last, but because this is last, so he is sending the same again, but no sequence numbers are used. If no sequence numbers are used, then the receiver may think that this is a fresh frame. He will not think that this is duplicate because already he has sent the acknowledgement. After receiving this acknowledgement, he will think that sender is sending the next frame. If sequence numbers are not maintained, then this duplicate may be treated as a fresh frame, a new information or new frame. Okay, so that possibility is there. So as a result, now both will be handed over to the network layer. So network layer is going to receive the duplicates. To avoid that, so what should happen is the sequence numbers. If the sequence numbers are maintained, like packet 0 and acknowledgement is lost, so he is retransmitting the packet 0. The moment receiver sees the packet 0 again, now we will understand that this is a duplicate, already received, processed and handed over to the network layer. Again received the same. Now this will be discarded, but acknowledgement will be sent, because now the receiver will understand that this acknowledgement is lost somewhere. That is why sender has sent it again. That is the meaning of this. Okay. The second diagram. In the second diagram, now sender is sending the packet, say packet 0, but this is not reached. After sending this particular frame, he has started the timer. The frame is not reached. Somewhere it is lost. So as receiver has not received any frame, no question of sending him any acknowledgement. So receiver is not ever aware of that sender is sending, is not aware of. So he will not going to respond anything, because he is not at all knowing that this fellow is coming, this frame is coming. So he is not going to respond anything because of not knowing. But as this is lost, so naturally the sender will not get any confirmation. Then the timer expires. The moment timer expires, the sender will retransmit the same. Sender will retransmit the same, because sender will be assuming that this is lost. Here also the sender is assuming that this is lost, but actually this is lost. Okay, so the sender will think that this is lost, so he is going to retransmit. Now the receiver is receiving this first time, so immediately is going to respond. Okay, so this is what is happening if damaged packet or frame is lost, frame is damaged or frame is lost. Okay, so that is. Then sometimes what we can see is, see, now let us assume that another case, third case, now the sender has sent the frame, receiver has received the frame, and he has sent the acknowledgement. If that acknowledgement comes after the deadline, instead of receiving the acknowledgement at this point, the acknowledgement is received at here. After timer expires, then what the sender does is going to retransmit the same again at this point. After this, he will retransmit again. After transmitting, maybe he is going to get the acknowledgement. Okay, so that is what is happening. In case of fourth case, if the acknowledgement is delayed, if acknowledgement is delayed, so again he is going to send it, because before the timer expires, no response, then the sender will think that this is lost. So again he is going to send it at this point. But after sending this, if acknowledgement is received at this point, but is not bothered any, no problem. Anyway, he is going to receive it. Okay. If this time also, if the receiver receives, now he will think that maybe this is not arrived. That is why this is being sent. Okay. So this is how the communication is being taking place between the sender and receiver using the, so noiseless, with noise. So in with noise, now, so we will discuss about those three methods one after the other.